So, in today's lesson of Islamic Studies Class 6, we are going to study the third nullifier of Islam. The third nullifier is pretending that Quran is false. It means that pretending means make it fake. Pretend means making it fake. So, pretending that Quran is false. Okay, Chavez, you can read it.
Whoever believes he is free the Sharia and turning away from the religion, whoever believes that it is permitted for some people to be free of implementing the Sharia revealed laws of Muhammad, i.e., Islam, then he is a disbeliever.
Okay, that's good, Chavez. Okay, so what does Chavez read? Chavez read that whoever belongs, whoever believes he is free from Sharia. What is Sharia? Shariat is a law. Sharia or Shariat. Shariat is a Islamic law. The rules and regulations of Islam are basically called as a Shariat. So whoever believes that he is free from Shariat and turning away from the Islam, from the religion. So that person is a disbeliever. The person who believes that he is free from Shariat. Every Muslim have to follow the rules and regulations of the Shariat. Every Muslim has to perform the rules of Shariat. And if someone is turning away from that religion, so that person is
Assalamu
truly
alaikum, sir.
a disbeliever. Walaikum assalam. Okay, whoever believes, whoever believes that it is permitted for some people, whoever believes that it is permitted. So they are telling the first type of the people, those who think the Shariat is not for them. Those
Hello,
who
assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Those who think that they are free from Shariat and they can move from their religion to the others. So they are disbeliever. And the other ones who believes that it is allowed for some people to be free of the Sharia. Some people believes that it is allowed in Islam to be free from the Shariat laws, from the laws of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The laws of Islam, which is said or given by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. If someone thinks that they are free from these and we will not apply those rules in our daily life, then he or she is a truly disbeliever. The person who thinks that the rule of Islam cannot be applied in our daily routine or they are not applicable on the daily life decisions, so that person is doing a disbelieveness, and this is a true disbeliever according to the Allah's statement. According to the Allah's statement, and whoever seeks a religion, whoever seeks a religion other than Islam, whoever seeks a religion other than Islam, it will never be accepted from him. And in hereafter, he will be from among the loser. In Surah Al Imran, Allah Ta'ala is saying that whoever seeks a religion, whoever got the religion other than Islam, so they will never be accepted from him. So Allah will not accept any apology. Allah will not accept any regret from that person, not in the world, even not after the death. So that person will be among the losers. Why in the losers? Because those people who lose their religion, who lose their religion after having Islam, they lose the Islam, those people will surely never entered in the Jannat, because it's a shirk and it's a non-forgivable sin. It's a shirk to the disbelieveness lead towards the shirk, and this is a shirk if someone left his or her Islam, so they will never enter in the Jannat. And Allah will not forgive them in this world or not after the death even. So Allah say this thing in the
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Quran.
How are you, sir?
Okay, Ali, you are saying something?
Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam. I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay. So now Okay. Saim, can you read this one?
Yes, sir. And who, sir,
No,
from
from the
where?
likewise.
Likewise?
Yes, from the likewise.
Okay, sir. Likewise, turning away from Allah's religion, not learning it or implementing it, is an act of disbelief. The proof for this is Allah saying, and who does more wrong than he who is reminded of the ayat of his Lord, then turns away from them? Verily, we shall extract retribution from the criminal.
Okay. So that's good, Sam. Okay. So what does Sam read? Sam read that likewise. In the same way as the Allah said this thing, that the person who do this believeness, that person would be among the losers. So how that person would be the among the losers? In the same way, the persons who are not learning the Islam and those who are not apply the Islam in the daily life. So those people are among the losers at the end. At the end, they are among the losers. So for the proof of this, there the Quran is saying that in the Quran, Allah is saying that, and who does more wrong than he who is reminded of the ayat of his Lord, then then turns away
Sir,
from them. So the people who does more wrong than who is reminding of the ayat of his Lord. So the people who those who are who turned away from the Quran, unlike those people who remind the Quran, who recite the Quran, who is with the Allah, then turns away from them. The people who first read the Quran, recite the Quran, believe on Allah, and afterwards believing on Allah, they turned away from them, then they does the more wrong. Verily, verily in English we can say indeed, and in Urdu we can say beshak. Okay, so verily or indeed, we shall extract the retribution from the criminal. Retribution means the punishment. Someone get a punishment for any wrong doing. So we shall extract the punishment from the criminals. So ultimately, those people who normally people do the wrong things, but the people, those who are Muslim and after having the Iman, they turned away from the Islam, they will do the more wrong things. So Allah is saying them that they will ultimately get the punishment. Those criminals, those culprits, those disbelievers will surely get the punishment from the Allah. Okay.
sir,
Yes.
sir, is disbelief or minor shirk forgivable?
Sorry, what are you saying?
Sir,
Yes.
is disbelief or minor shirk forgivable?
Okay. So let me give you, see, it depends. It depends. It depends on the condition. For example, as we know very well, everybody knows that smoking is injurious to health. Smoking is
Yes,
injurious
sir.
to health. Even those people who took the cigarette, who smokes or purchase the cigarettes, even they know that it is injurious, but they consume it. They consume it, and those cigarettes, these are the start of the other drugs. Every medicine is a drug, but there are some other drugs starting from the smoking, because when the person who smokes, they know the thing, smoking is also the drug. Okay, because it damages the body, so it lead towards the other harmful things. It lead towards the other harmful drugs, who lead towards a cigarette is looks very small, but it lead towards to all other small drugs, but they are very much harmful to the body. In the same way,
Oh,
the the minor disbelief, the minor disbelief will lead towards the major one. The minor one is the forgivable, but it depends on the nature. If someone do the minor shirk with truly with his or her heart, the person knows that it is a minor shirk, and even then that person do it, then it's up to Allah, because at that time the person know this thing, that it's a crime, it's illegal, or it's a minor shirk. But if person do that thing unknowingly, means person knows, didn't know this thing, that we can do this thing and it's a shirk, then it is forgivable, because a person didn't know this thing. In the same way, if the person know this thing, that it's a minor shirk, and even then that person will do this thing again after knowing it, then it's up to Allah, that Allah will forgive him or her or not. Because ultimately, if we know that if this is a wrong thing, even it's a small wrong thing or it's a big wrong thing, we didn't have to do this thing. But even then, if someone do it, then it's up to Allah. But according to the book, it's forgivable.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
And
so
what about disbelief? Is it the same thing?
it's the same one. Disbelief, it's just a belief in the mind, and a disbeliever is the person who ever disbelief in the mind or the heart.
Okay, sir. Thank you for explaining.
Okay, so Rohan.
So can I read?
Okay, Rohan will read. After Rohan, you will read.
Okay, sir.
Rohan, can you read this one? Okay, Sam, you want to ask something?
No, sir, I just wanted to read. Sir, I will read after Riya.
Okay, Rohan, you don't want to read? Okay, okay, Ryan, you can read
So
this one.
he told me that he is going to Medina today.
Okay, okay, sure. Okay, Ryan, you can read this one.
Okay, sir. Not regarding the mushrikeen as disbelievers. Whoever doesn't regard the mushrikeen as kuffar disbelievers and doubts whether they are disbelievers or regards their beliefs are
Sound.
sound is himself a disbeliever.
Okay, okay, that's it. Okay, so now the sentence is saying that not regarding the mushrikeen as kuffar. So mushrikeen are the persons, those who do the shirk. It's mushrik. The person is mushrik. Who is the mushrik? The person who do the shirk in the old times. In the old times, at the time of the prophets, the mushrikeen are the people, those who do the shirk. Okay, so mushrikeen in Makkah, the people, those who do the shirk and they live in the Makkah, so mushrikeen, they are called as the mushrikeen in Makkah. Okay, so not regarding the mushrikeen as kuffar. So the people who do the shirk, they are considered as a kuffar. But the people who doesn't consider them as a kuffar, don't think them that they are kuffar. So those people are the disbeliever. Whenever or whoever does not consider mushrikeen as a kuffar, as a disbeliever, and make a doubt, that person thinks in mind that there is a doubt, maybe they are kuffar or they are Muslim or they are near to us, maybe they are not Muslim but they are not bad, they are, maybe they pray to some god, means the person is making some doubt, and that person is not considering the mushriks as a kuffar. So those people are become the disbeliever. Or if someone thinks that the disbeliever, maybe their beliefs are some good, um, beliefs are sound, means that their beliefs may be good, their beliefs may be okay, or maybe they are saying something true, or some percentage of their work is good, or their sayings are good, or their beliefs are good. So all these thoughts will take anyone out from the Islam. Why? Because those people who do the shirk, they are considered as a kafir or a kuffar. Kafir is a singular and kuffar is a plural. Okay, so the person who do the shirk is basically considered as a kuffar. It's a responsibility for each and every Muslim to consider that person as a kafir. Why? Because it's a responsibility of iman. If the person doesn't think this thing, if person doesn't think the person who do the shirk and doesn't consider them as a kuffar or a kafir, then that person is doing a disbelieveness to himself or herself. So it's a responsibility of Iman that if anyone say anything against the Allah, or if anyone is doing a shirk, so we have to as a consider that person as a kafir or kuffar, because only kafir and kuffar do the shirk. No any Muslim, no any true Muslim can do it. Okay, there are so many munafiqeen at that time. In the old times they are Muslim, but just by name. Even they go to mosque, even they go to mosque and they make a conspiracies against Muslim. While sitting in the mosque, they make a mosque to prepare the conspiracies against the true Muslims, even though they are also Muslim, but only by name, by action. But inside, truly they are disbelievers. By actions, they show they are Muslim. They perform salah, they do everything. But inside, they are the enemy. So, in the same way, if people doesn't think them as a kuffar, those who do the shirk, so these people consider himself or herself as a disbeliever. So it's a responsibility for each and every true believer to consider a mushrikeen as a kuffar. Okay, Saim, can you read this one?
Yes, sir. So you can hear me?
Yes, I am hearing you.
Okay, sir. With regards to
Sir,
this
which page?
nullifier of
Okay, wait a second, Saim. Mustafa, it's not a page. You can just open the PDF file which is already with you. If it doesn't have a PDF file, you can just open the file which I uploaded today in the morning, because I am uploading the files every day for every class, so that you will get to know
Sir,
that.
can I read this?
sir,
Saim,
I'm reading it.
Saim is reading it. After Saim, Ali, you will read.
Okay. With regards to this nullifier of Islam, there is scholarly conscious
Consensus,
that
consensus, consensus.
consensus that the one who does this is a disbeliever. What is meant by the mushrikeen here is one who was originally a disbeliever.
Okay, so with regard to this nullifier, very good, Saim. Okay, Saim, read this thing that with regard to this nullifier of Islam, there is scholarly consensus. Scholarly means the educated ones. Okay, means it's a law. Consensus means a agreement. Consensus means a agreement. It's a agreement that one who does this is a disbeliever. This nullifier defines that the person who do this thing, who doesn't consider mushriks as a kuffar, that person become himself or herself a disbeliever. What is meant by the mushrikeen here is the one who was originally a disbeliever. In the normally mushrikeens are found in the old times, at the time of the prophets, at the time of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In that era, the mushrikeens were there. So this term is taken from the old times. So connected to them. Okay, uh, Ali, can you read this one?
Yes, sir. Connected to them are those who commit an act on
Apostasy. Apostasy.
apostasy on which the scholars are unanimously agreed that.
Unanimously. Okay, okay, you can read it.
Sir, what does this mean?
I will tell the meaning. I will tell the meaning, you can
Unanimously
read it and then I will tell.
unanimously agreed that it is definitely apostasy with regards to an issue that is well known to be a fundamental part of the religion, such as one who denies the resurrection or who rejects a verse of the book of Allah and other clear cause of apostasy conquering when there is no ambiguity.
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 Okay. Okay. Now, now connected to them. Okay, good. Ali, read this one. Connected to them are those who commit an act of apostasy. Who commit an act of apostasy. What is mean by apostasy? We do this word earlier. Apostasy means not performing the Islamic rules, means not believing. Apostasy means doing the thing against the Islam. Do- Apostasy, the word apostasy means do the thing related to religion. But when we talk about our religion, so it means that not believing on the Islam, not believing on the rules of Islam. So, okay, so connected to them, those who commit an act of apostasy on which the scholars are, okay, so this word normally people call it unanimously, it's unanimously, it's unanimous, unanimously, it's a unanimously, okay, unanimously agreed, unanimously means without any doubt, okay, so it means that all the scholars are agreed on this thing without any doubt, or with all the, okay, with all the involvement of the people, scholars are unanimously agreed that it is definitely the apostasy. This is definitely the act against the Islam. This is exactly the act of shirk with regard to an issue that is well known to be a fundamental part of the religion, such as, so they are telling the one more part, which is the fundamental part. If someone do anything against those fundamental parts, then they are become the disbeliever. What those parts are, they are giving the examples, such as the one who denies the resurrection. Okay, so the one who denies the resurrection, is there anyone who can tell the meaning of that word? Because we done this word earlier. Yes or no?
Sir, resurrection. Sir,
Resurrection.
it means in Kayama, Kayama.
Okay, good. It's a resurrection means the Kayamat. Very good, Ryan. Okay, excellent. Now, it means
Yes, sir,
that
I don't understand this thing about this paragraph.
you didn't understand. Okay, I will come to this point again. First, I will cover this line, then I will come to it again. So, the
Okay, sir.
person who reject, the word denies means cancel or reject. The person who cancel or denies for the appearing or the happening of the Kayamat, that person doesn't believe on Kayamat. So that person is basically doing a apostasy. That person is going against the Islam. Or the person who reject any Quranic verse or Quran, so that person is doing a major shirk. That person is doing a disbelieveness, and all the other clear causes of apostasy concerning which there is no ambiguity. The word ambiguity means the thing which is not clear. For example, someone is saying some sentence and any word is not clear. Any word is not clear. So it means that they are making an ambiguity. For example, normally the advertisement, the people who do the advertisement on the internet, the people who sell products on the internet, normally the companies who sell the products on the internet, they put some ambiguous information. They give accurate information, but they put some one or two things ambiguous according to their product. For example, someone is selling a product is good, but they put the return policy in not clear. Their return policy is not clear, so they put the ambiguous policy. Ambiguous means the things are not clear. So the people who cancels Quran, who doesn't believe on Quranic verses or on the Quran, or who denies the Qayamat, so all these people are considered as disbeliever, and all the other things are also considered as a things of disbeliefness, means in which there is no ambiguity. There is no ambiguity means everything is clear. The person who doesn't pray, the person who doesn't pray or doesn't perform the namaz, that person is doing a true disbeliefness, because everyone knows that namaz is first. on every Muslim. If the person is not doing it, that person is doing the disbelieveness by the actions. So there is no ambiguity. There is no any clash in between. That person is a true disbeliever. The person who is not performing the namaz, the person who is not believing on the Tawheed, not performing the rituals of the Islam. So that person is a true disbeliever. So in this paragraph, they are saying this, that all the alims and all the hafiz are making an agreement. It's a agreement in between all the alims that whosoever believes that the mushrik or the person who do the shirk is not a kafir, that person is a disbeliever. It's a rule. They are saying that mushrikeen is a person, those who are the disbelievers in the old times. And they are saying that the person, they are adding a new things in it, that they are saying the person who do the apostasy. Apostasy in Islam, it means that the person who talk against or do the thing against the Islamic law. So they are saying that in the old time, mushriks are against, or mushrik are the kuffar. All the scholars are agreed on this agreement, and scholars are also saying this thing, that the person who do the apostasy, it means the person who do the shirk, will be considered as a mushrikeen, as a kuffar, or and that shirk would be done to the fundamental parts of the Islam. Fundamental part, it means that the thing is not completed without those fundamentals. For example, you are cooking a chicken, so that food will not be completed without the chicken. Because if the fundamental part is a chicken, if you take out the chicken, then what would you make? In the same way, there are some fundamental parts of Islam that someone is not believing on the Qayamat. It's a fundamental part. If we take out a Qayamat out, then what is the reason for living? People are living in the fear of Allah, performing the salah, giving the charity, performing all the rules according to the Islam. Why? Because they have a fear. At the time of Qiyamah, what would we say to Allah? At that After the death, what would we say to Allah? But if there is no Qiyamah, then what would people will do? It's a fundamental part, that if anyone take this thing out from the Islam, then who will believe? So this is a fundamental. And someone who rejects a Quran or reject any Quranic ayat, Quran is based on the Allah saying. These are the words of Allah. So if someone cancels any part of it or cancels the book, that person is truly canceling the Islam or truly doing the shirk at that time. Because as a Muslim, it's our faith and belief that the Allah is one. And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is his last messenger. And Quran is the book of Allah. Because when we believe on Allah, we have to believe on the all the rules of Allah also. And all the things which are clear, all the things which are clearly against the Islamic rules and regulations, make the person the disbeliever. For example, not performing the salah, even by calling, not performing the salah. This thing shows that the person is doing a shirk. This person, sometimes what happen, person say, oh, we are getting late for the namaz, we will perform the namaz at the next time. Okay, continuously this thing is going on, going on, going on. So the person has to take care that the namaz is just for Allah. Namaz is not for any person, not for any money, it's for the Allah. And Allah will ask this thing at the end, why didn't you perform the salah in the world? So what the person would say at that time? So all these things will took the person towards the disbelieveness. So whosoever is doing these things considered as a shirk or a mushrikeen. In this paragraph, we discuss all these things. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So now, Adib, can you read this paragraph?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And those who disbelieve say this Quran is not except a falsehood. He invented and another people assisted him in it. But they have committed an injustice and a lie. And they say legends of
Legends.
the what?
Legends of the former people.
Legends of the former peoples which he has written down, and they are dictated to him morning and afternoon.
Okay. Okay, that's good, Adib. Okay, what does Adib read? Adib read that, and those who disbelieve. So disbelievers say this thing that this Quran, Allah is saying this thing in the Quran. Allah is telling, they are saying, telling the disbelievers point. Allah is saying that this Quran is not except a falsehood. He invented, and other another people assisted him. So they are saying that the Quran is not only the false, but he also invented him for just to obey that other person, obey that Quran. So, but they have committed an injustice and a lie. So the disbelievers will say, this Quran is not only false, but Allah or the person made this Quran only to obey him. Okay, so that everybody would obey him or assisted him. So, but they have committed a injustice. Those people committed a injustice and a lie. And they say, legends of the formal people. Legends are the traditional characters. Legends are the traditional characters or the story characters which people tell to other peoples. For example, someone will say, in the old time, there is a person. Okay, like, did you guys know the name of Muhammad bin Qasim? Did you guys heard the name of Muhammad bin Qasim?
No, sir.
Okay, Muhammad bin Qasim, at many centuries back, in the old times, Muhammad bin Qasim is a general. He was a Muslim, and he attacked the area from Pakistan and India, because it's related connected the Indo-Pak region. In the area of Sindh, there is a woman, and this woman write a letter to that general that save me from the king of that area. Raja Dahir was the king. So Muhammad bin Qasim come to the Sindh and win the battle. Raja Dair was killed, and now there is a supremacy of Islam is there. Muhammad bin Qasim is the first person in the Sindh region, in the Indo-Pak region. At that time, there is no India, there is no Pakistan, and there is no any other country. It's a very old region. Okay, so at that time in that Sindh, Muhammad bin Qasim started the Islam. He was the first Muslim general in that area, and he came to that area on the request of a woman. So for for that the for the people of that area, Muhammad bin Qasim will become the legend, because that person will give them a freedom from the king, from the cruel king. So they become the legend. So legend are the previous traditional story characters or the real characters, which people will tell to the other people that he helped us, he helped to this nation, or he helped to this land. So legend of the formal people, they say legends of the former people. So former means the previous. Former means the previous. So the legends, the people who do the good thing. So the legends of the former people which he has written down. So the people who write down the good thing or the bad things of previous people, and they are dictated to him morning and afternoon. They always do the task or they tell the things of those things, but these things will not help them, because Allah said it clearly that they did the injustice and they tell a lie by telling this thing that the Quran is false and the Quran is invented just for the sake, for the obeyingness of the people. So they are doing the injustice to them. Whatever their previous books or whatever their previous people are saying to them, Allah is saying that they will not save him because they did the injustice and a lie. So apostasy always take the person out from the Islam. The life will become not normal. The people, those who are Muslim, and after they become the disbeliever, their life will not be the normal one. They
Sir,
are. not in a relaxed position. They never be calm. They always in the state of anger. They didn't understand anything.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can you tell me the meaning of? Sir, can you tell me the meaning of permitted?
Sorry. Tell me meaning of what?
Permitted.
Permitted. Permitted means giving a permission of. Permitted is taking committed. Okay. Permitted means giving a permission. Permitted is taken from the permission to allow something. And committed means to do something. Someone is commit a work. Someone is commit a crime. It means someone done a crime. So committed and injustice. Injustice means the person who do some sort of nainsafi means not a justice. Injustice means not a justice. So committed means to do something, and permitted means allow something or give some permission. Got it?
Yes, sir. Sir, I did the online
Yes, sir.
assignment and I got full
Oh
marks.
wow, that's great. That's good. That's good. That's nice. Okay, so the time of the period is finished. Okay, we will meet in the next class, inshallah. Okay, so best of luck for you, and Rohan, best of luck for you too. Okay, have a nice journey. So
Okay, sir.
bye
Bye.
everyone.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi
Walaikum
wabarakatuh.
assalam. Walaikum assalam.